Hello, no bullshit, let's get right into the topic. Dear homophobes, let's start with the definition of a phobia: an extreme or irrational fear of or aversion to something. I am yet to find a rational or compelling argument that justifies all of the hate and discrimination a gay person has to go through on a daily basis. And for that reason, it is just like any other phobia to me, just plain stupid and irrational. Now, let me start by reciting this lovely quote by Christopher Hitchens. Homosexuality is not just a form of sex, it is a form of love, and it deserves our respect for that reason. To me, this form of hatred towards homosexuals is cruel, immoral, and disgraceful because you're essentially condemning someone for what he is, not what he does. But, out of nowhere, those homophobes come out and say homosexuality is a choice. And also, one other argument that I hear often is that homosexuality is unnatural and therefore bad. So, let us break it down, shall we? Is homosexuality a choice? Now, by saying it is a choice, you are committing two fallacies here. First, for the sake of argument, let us assume it is 100% a choice. How does that make it bad or immoral? I don't know. I'm sure that most reasonable people would agree that if something does no harm in any shape, way, or form, it should not be frowned upon. Now, you might not like it, but that is just your subjective opinion that you should probably just keep to yourself instead of making someone else's life miserable. Now, in the first fallacy, I kind of bypassed all of the arguments and discussions that determine if it is a choice or not a choice. But I'm going to go a step back and not bypass it. So, the second fallacy is assuming that it is actually a choice. Now, what I'm going to demonstrate here is that genes play a big role in determining whether a person will turn out to be gay or not. For example, identical twin studies. Now, the DNA in identical twins is nearly identical, obviously, and studies have shown that if one twin turns out to be gay, then the second one will turn out to be gay as well, 70% of the time. A 2006 study conducted by a sexologist, Anthony Bogart, at Ontario's Brock University. I hope I did not butcher his name, but the study shows that having older brothers makes it a lot more likely a man will turn out to be gay, and that is due to the female body reacting to the male fetus in a way that allows that. Now, I'm not sure about the technicalities of the reaction, so I will leave it at that. Those studies don't give a definitive answer on homosexuality being a choice or not. But all I'm trying to say is that genes do play a role, so please take that into consideration. Now to the second argument, homosexuality is unnatural and therefore bad. Yet again, there are two fallacies being presented here, the first being that homosexuality is unnatural. Is it though? No, it is not. Homosexuality is very common in nature and it has been for a long time, and it simply always will be. Over 1,500 different animal species engage in homosexual activities, including chimpanzees, dolphins, apes, lions, zebras, elephants, etc., etc. It is deeply saddening that those animals are morally superior to a lot of the human population since they do not discriminate homosexuality among their kind. On to the second fallacy, homosexuality being unnatural and therefore bad. The mere naturalness of something is unrelated to its positive or negative qualities. Clothes, phones, computers are unnatural, and are they bad? Of course not. But hey, what about natural disasters? Are they good? Of course not. I want to say that this video was inspired by my dear friend Adam, and I happen to have Adam here on the line. Adam helped me make this video possible. Why don't you introduce yourself, Adam?
Hi, I'm Adam, and I am glad to have this interview with Unstable, which is one of my best friends. I just want to say that I admire all of his work and everything he does. I just love the guy, but not in a sexual way, of course. I think that this is such a nice thing that he is doing.
I want to ask you, Adam, in some places in the world, when people come across a gay person, they will just ignore him and prefer not to be associated with him, and that's about it. But in other places, like where me and Adam live, it is not the case.
People here just don't accept the idea of being gay, and that really makes it hard for us to live here, because every day we get bullied, both physically and mentally. Like they call us names, horrible names like faggots, and a bunch of other stuff. They bully us, they use aggressive ways against us, and this restricts our freedom and makes it really, really hard for us to live as ourselves.
Definitely, that was very sincere. Thank you, Adam. I also want to say one more thing, and that is one of the biggest factors that contribute and promote this kind of discrimination is religion. Religions like Islam and Christianity basically say it is your duty to hate homosexuals, and it also implies that if you do not discriminate, then you're going to hell, which is the equivalent of God holding a gun against your head. But you might ask, isn't protecting your life a good enough reason? Isn't it a rational reason and therefore not a phobia? Well, no. Believing in ridiculous ancient religious scripture is irrational in itself, but that is another topic for another video. And until then, I've been unstable, and thanks for watching.